Alright, so here's the one that I am looking at here. This is Audi CHF. It is now 7:35. I have already taken a small trade. Let's see. So this one here, you can see it's already against me a little bit. Audi CHF. And I would resist. I have it set up already, as you can see, but I would resist taking another trade until 40 past 40 to 45 past the hour. Um, this felt like a good trade because it hadn't moved. It hadn't moved a lot. But then when it did move, so you can see it was hanging down in here, and then when it did move, it moved really high. So I took the trade. However, it's come down and now it's hanging around that area. So let's see what happens before even taking that second um, split trade. I'm gonna go back to my web trader here, and you can see, you know, one of the reasons to look at this is it's actually all right. So for the past few hours, if you look at this first one, it started here, went way up, and then dropped back down. This one had a nice doji. This one had, if you're taking the trade as it went below the Bollinger, it would have been a winner. Uh, this one, this one had a potential to lose unless you took it way down here. Okay. Let's see what this is gonna do. The Bollingers are flat. Okay, we like that. Our Bollingers are set at 14 and 2. So if you go in here, you find your Bollinger Bands on the indicator list. You click on Bollinger and you set it here at 14 and 2 for all of them. 14 and 2, middle band 14, lower band 14 and 2. Click OK. That sets up your Bollingers. So now keeping a close look at this, it's 7:37. All right. And like I said, I'm just going to watch it and not take that other trade unless I absolutely feel the need. So you can see right here already, it's starting to go down. So let's just wait and see what happens. This week could be a slower week. I don't know. I've only been trading less than a year when I found this particular strategy. So I don't know this week what's going to happen because I have not traded it. I just know that a lot of people are on holiday between Christmas and New Year's. So I'm going to assume it's a slower week, but always trade with extreme caution. Okay, here's what's happened so far. We did end up taking all three splits, 24, 41, and 44. Okay, let's see what's happened on the chart. Alright, so it's 53 now, and it really looks like it wants to do what we expect it to do. Oh, wrong one. Okay, here it is. So it's looking like it went all the way up, touched that top Bollinger. And you can see in here that it had some pretty long long candles, right? So we don't know where this one is still gonna end up, but we're expecting it to end up somewhere around the middle, and just because of the time of the day, right? Which it's before the U.S. market opens, and the other markets have already slowed down quite a bit. So this is the expectation, is that it's going to do something like this or like this, and if we took a trade up here, we would win that trade. I looked at a couple of the Audi JPY that we were looking at. So if anybody took a trade down here, that looks pretty safe. Let's see the US CHF and the US CHF. So if anybody took a trade up at the top, Bollinger, that looks pretty safe right now. But there's still, let's see, 5 minutes to 5 minutes to go. So don't count your chickens until they've hatched. But those are pretty safe trades. So the one that I am in took me to the limit. So I'm still gonna expect that it goes down, but let's watch that, see what happens. So right now, it's the only portion winning, so we kind of want that to keep dropping. All right, I will check back in a minute. You can see it's out of the money right now. Check back in a few seconds. Okay, let's watch this one out. You can see again over here 7:59. So on my clock there's about 30 seconds to go. This has come down. It's still coming down, which is what we expected it to do. So now let's see if it can get down enough to bring our other two trades in. It won't. Um, this is one of those where we needed that third trade to actually uh, bring the money back in. So you'll notice that it was 1700. We spent 10. Okay, so that is the ultimate goal, is to not lose the trade, and that's why we do the splits. So what happened with me is once it went up, I took a trade right about here. All right, and then it went way against me again. So I didn't take a trade. Well, it didn't go way against me actually. It went just a little bit, and I didn't take a trade because I didn't want to take a trade till about 40 past the hour, which is where I would typically take a trade. All right, so 40 past the hour. All right, then it continued to go, and I figured, all right, well, let me just wait and see what happens. So if it touches that top Bollinger, then it's a given, right? I have to take another trade. So as it got up here, then I took my third split trade. And I will tell you guys, if you're trading the way that you should trade, you're demoing, you're learning this on your demo accounts, you're learning this with small money, and you gain the confidence to do it, your chances are much, much better. But what happens, and I feel it too. So when I took my second trade, I'm like, oh, what do I do now? What do I do now? I know that to be consistent, I have to take that third trade, but sometimes I just feel not confident in the strategy, and that will also depend on the time of the day. If you're trading between the 2 o'clock hour Eastern Standard Time and the 6 o'clock hour, you can be 100% confident in the strategy. It will not win every single time, but no trade can win every single time. All right, that's a guarantee. But be consistent with your strategy, and have that commitment to, securing your money, because you're not gonna just trade randomly. So always trade cautiously, always trade wise, using the steps that you've learned in the system. Always use your three splits. I know sometimes you feel that you got $100 to trade and you want to win that 170 or 180, whatever. This will be more long term for you if you always split your trades. Yes, you might get lucky and you put the $100 in at the right time and you win, or you might get unlucky and you lose. But if you always trade it, you will always have, I guess, 10 trades for the 100 if you win. I'm not sure what the real numbers are, but split your trades. Split them, split them, split them. In this situation, if I had traded everything up front on this, I would have been tearing my hair out right now. So this is a good video to learn the split your trade, stay committed to the process, split it 3 times, and you're I hate to say the word guaranteed, but there's a much higher percentage of actually winning than if you just take one trade. I hope this actually helped. I will be back later on in the day.